Hello, Willowbrook family. Today's deep dive is into Genesis chapter 6, verses 8 through 22. Today we start the familiar story of Noah. In the very first verse, you read, Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. And there were at least three reasons that God looked at him with favor. One, because he was a righteous man, which there were none of those around. Two, he was blameless in his time, which is really saying something. And three, Noah walked with God. That third one really stands out to me. Noah walked with God. Did you know that in the Bible, only two people are described that way? One was Enoch. In fact, he walked with God so closely that one day God just took him straight up to heaven. The other person was Noah. I've often wondered, what did that really look like? Did that mean that Noah had a daily quiet time? Did he pray a lot? Was he in constant awareness of God? I'm sure he did all those things, but I can't help thinking that there was something deeper happening. How did Noah walk with God? Now, I want you to hold on to that question for a moment, and let's continue with the rest of the chapter. God tells Noah that the earth was corrupt and filled with violence. And God tells Noah, the end of all flesh is coming. But God has a plan, and it's going to involve Noah and his family. He proceeds to tell Noah that he wants him to build an ark. And he tells him what kind of wood to use and how to make it waterproof. He tells him how big to make it and how many decks it's going to need. And he even tells Noah where to put a single window. Then God makes a promise to Noah. I am going to bring a great flood that will destroy all flesh, everything, except for you and your family, and two of every living creature, male and female. And be sure to bring enough food for everyone. Now, all this might sound a little crazy to us, but not to Noah, because Noah walked with God. And God gave Noah instructions on the building of the ark, but there were two things that every ocean-going ship had for thousands of years later that were missing on the ark. Two things, a rudder and a sail. In fact, those are two of the most important things. The sail makes the ship go, and the rudder lets you guide it. But God's instructions for the ark did not include a rudder and a sail. And it wasn't an oversight. You see, it wasn't Noah's job to make the ark go. And it wasn't his job to give it a direction. Those two jobs were up to God and God alone. And this reminds me of our question. What does walking with God look like? As in the design of the ark, this chapter reminds me that when a person who is righteous, blameless, and obedient, and so in tune with God for every breath and every step in their life, when they walk with God, they won't need their own rudder or sail. Their very lives rest on the guidance, strength, and power of the Lord. You see, in our lives, we tend to want our own rudder and sail. Now, we may even say to God, Lord, tell me where you want me to go, and I'll take my rudder and I'll get us there. But God shows us that if you walk with me, you won't need your own rudder to hold on to, because I am your rudder. I am your sail. I'll provide the guidance, the movement. Remember, only two people in the Bible were described as walking with God, because it takes enormous trust. So, looking at how the ark was designed and how Noah was designed, maybe that is what walking with God looks like. Have a great day in the Lord, Willowbrook.